Hello and welcome to the Global Markets Advisor. Today we want to look at a broad topic entitled the China market. What is and who is the China market? So before I get started, I just want to encourage you that there is a free downloadable PDF that is affixed with this video here. You click on globalmarketsadvisor.com and that'll give you much more detail. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights. But you will want to read that, a lot of great pictures and a lot of more detailed statistics and things like that. Making sense of the Chinese consumer market. Chinese consumption spending is growing at an alarming rate due to economic growth of the whole of the country. China has overtaken many large Western European countries in terms of their consumption spending as a percentage of the global total. Middle-class households earn incomes of $10,000 per annum, allowing them a small apartment and a small car. The prevalence of quote-unquote car magazines being sold demonstrates their aspirations for more consumption, following the trend of upward economic progress as we've seen in the West and all industrialized countries throughout time. With increasing wealth being added year on year, increased spending will follow in the direct segments of the 1.3 billion population. This population will cap around 2025. However, the spending will not. The wealth will continue to increase for all segments of the 1.3 billion, and companies would do well to match their offering to the targeted segment all along the age and growth curves in the next 20-year time frame. If you didn't get all that, be sure to download the paper and read these details because it's there's a lot of power. The Chinese are getting rich and they want to spend. So here's a few topics that I cover in the white paper. Is urban or rural more advantageous? Most international trade and investment with China has tended to be focused on a number of the most developed cities in China, Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen, Guangzhou, places like this. But as the markets in these major cities become crowded and the competition intensifies, it's going to behoove companies to seek out the opportunities in other cities, as they call second-tiered cities, and regions in China, where the provinces will be very keen on your investment and can provide you great incentives. Next point, who is your customer? I'd encourage you to conduct a SWOT analysis of the market, of the intention of who you'd go to. But if you're doing business in China, you need to ask, research, or pay somebody to find out the pending threats, opportunities matched with your strengths and your weaknesses. There's more on this in the white paper. I encourage you to download that. Have you segmented your market? One size doesn't fit all. Research and find the areas of unfulfilled needs. Segment by age, gender, household income, and size, education, occupation. This kind of research can more readily be purchased now than it could a couple of years ago. I'd encourage you to buy this, to outsource this, so that you can compare when you're on site, comparing with what you see. Do you know your 4 Ps? China's like most markets. Many pundits will say that all consumers are equally price sensitive for those moving towards or who are already in the middle class. The trend states that consumers are actually putting quality above price. As all economies emerge, branding and a right image will override an inferior product, and this is the case in China already. Is there greater competitive advantage in not being the first mover? The history of Western firms investing their operations into China has been well over 2 decades now, and there have been many disastrous stories. However, there have been many successful stories. First mover advantage is a difficult sell in this case, but at this stage, you don't have to really worry about it. Another point, build towards demand. Know your curve. The scale of ambition must be checked and measured accurately against the size of the market, which can be done by sensitivity analysis. You will need a plan for entry between your ambitions and the market demand to avoid being left overdrawn or with an inventory of unwanted products, thus forcing your business to look like a game of chutes and ladders versus a smooth and balanced growth curve. No need to rush. Don't rush. The opportunity will continue to remain. However, domestic competition in all sectors is increasing, and foreign competition will continue to increase as the West must find new markets in order to securitize their future. Invest in the right sectors is my last point. Invest in the right sectors that you dominate or that you have world-class capabilities. Another option is to see if the government is pushing for growth, such as in energy or some kind of other sector. Many emerging market companies align their strategies around the government's 5-year funding and projections plans. And why shouldn't you? So the question really is do you have a product or service that you would like to export into China? Or, for that matter, into any of the emerging markets? These new economic powerhouses that are just continuing to take over the world and one day will. If you want to securitize your business, I would encourage you to start thinking through a strategy. Some kind of strategy that allows you to take full advantage of your excellent business. I'd encourage you to think through an international business expansion. You can do this by doing lots of things. I'd encourage you to start saturating yourself in the countries that are of interest to you. I'd encourage you to start going there, taking trips, holidays, vacations, researching on the internet, and finding quality data. You can begin by the globalmarketsadvisor.com. We have a raft of emerging market countries with little bits of details on all the major emerging market countries that you can just start to investigate, start to get some information on. If you want to go further, Global Markets Advisor has what we call a masterclass. It's an opportunity finding kind of class that we host about 15 business owners that come together, and we cover in one day a series of topics. And here's some of the questions that we deal with. Is how do you get started? What should you research first? Which market is the best fit for you? What will you need? What are your options? And what skills and knowledge will you need to develop to be successful? Again, you can register your interest on the globalmarketsadvisor.com, consider coming to a masterclass in your city, and we can begin the process of helping you to think about how to securitize your business and to make greater profit and increase your market share. Thanks for joining. Have a good day.